The internet has been buzzing nonstop with shocking news. There are rumors that Mendeecees forced Erica Mena to end her pregnancy, and now there is an audio leak that has everyone talking. Fans are horrified, and their emotions are running high as rumors of social media is dominated by treachery, heartache, and deception. As friends and insiders weigh in on this explosive drama, the family is reportedly left divided. Was this a desperate attempt to preserve a reputation, or is there more to the story than meets the eye? Today, we're looking into Be Prepared for This Story is Far From Done, and what you're about to hear will make you reevaluate everything you believe to be true about Erica and Mendeecees. We're delving deeply into these accusations, examining every step, and revealing the true feelings behind this startling claim. Stay tuned as we solve the mystery surrounding the audio leak that is rocking the hip-hop and love world to its foundation. The rumors began subtly, like a whisper between insiders and reality TV viewers who always seem to know more than they should, but they have now exploded into a raging controversy. It is impossible to ignore the explosive topics circulating on social media and in every fan forum. Did Mendeecees indeed pressure Erica Mena to end her pregnancy? Now, with the purported audio leak making its online admirers are inconsolable as they attempt to comprehend the emotional turmoil erupting behind the scenes. It all started a few months ago when Erica Mena abruptly withdrew from the spotlight. She had been posting ambiguous and mysterious messages on her Instagram stories, quotations about loss, betrayal, quiet, and rediscovering strength after destruction. Many people thought she was coping with the typical celebrity drama, such as a breakup or another quarrel. But then a rumor emerged from someone who claimed to be close to the matter, saying Erica had been pregnant and then she wasn't. The internet went crazy as soon as the news started to circulate, with thousands of followers guessing about the father's identity and pointing fingers at a single person named Mendeecees. Their relationship had previously been the focus of rumors, but this was the revelation of a purported audio tape was what really tipped the scales. It wasn't just about a brief affair or a tumultuous love triangle. It was about a baby and a decision that might not have been hers. The footage released appeared to record a heated and agonizing exchange between Erica and Mendeecees. The audio, which was swiftly and anonymously published on dozens of platforms, has a man who is thought to be Mendeecees telling the woman, "This ain't the proper moment, you know," with the female voice, purportedly that of Erica, responds with sobs, "But it's not just about you anymore. This will do to all we've established, to everything I have going on." Fans quickly came to their own conclusions despite the fact that the recording's authenticity has not been verified. The emotional intensity of the interaction felt genuine and unfiltered, and it coincided with the period of Erica's social disengagement. The narrative of claimed emotional pressure management and loss suddenly became more than just another love and hip-hop controversy. According to those close to Erica, she was caught off guard. The pregnancy wasn't planned, but she thought they could work it out together, so she reportedly told friends. She believed that Mendeecees would eventually change his mind and support her choice, or at the very least, embrace it. However, sources claim that almost immediately after, Mendeecees became aloof, combative, and cold. He stopped returning her calls, shunned her public appearances, and pushed to keep things quiet. According to an insider, Erica spent weeks feeling conflicted and unsure. She didn't want to betray herself, but she also didn't want to lose him. She was already bonding with the life developing inside of her and envisioning a future that suddenly seemed unattainable. Weighed heavily on her, and others who met her at the time reported that she appeared to be a totally different person, emotionally spent, reclusive, and barely able to hold herself together. The audio leak, whether it was genuine or not, set the whole thing on fire. Fans have flooded Mendeecees and Erica's comments on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok with accusations, questions, and emotional outbursts. While some are supporting Erica and praising her for her bravery and resiliency, others are demanding answers from Mendeecees, asking how someone who proclaims such a scandal might include family values. As for Mendeecees, he has been notably silent, making no explanations, declarations, or even denials. His most recent posts have been motivational quotations and unrelated fitness routines, commercial endeavors, but the comment sections are a battleground. Fans bombard every post with questions like, is the audio authentic? Did you actually harm Erica? Why won't you speak up? Naturally, there is Yandy Smith Harris as well. According to sources close to the couple, Yandy learned about the leaked tape immediately, just like everyone else online, and the repercussions was fast. However, she hasn't. A member of her inner circle has publicly noted that she allegedly approached Mendeecees behind closed doors and asked to know the truth. Did he have an affair with Erica while they were still together? Did he pressure her into making a decision she didn't want to make? Was there a baby? Fans are now wondering if this could be the beginning of the end for one of reality TV's most iconic couples. The insider claimed that Yandy was devastated and humiliated by the scandal, especially with the world watching. She has reportedly stopped staying at the house and distanced herself from Mendeecees' current projects. For her part, Erica has gradually made her way back to social media. She hasn't posted much, just a few heartfelt sayings and pictures of herself with loved ones, but it's obvious that she's attempting to find some peace. One post that particularly moved fans was a straightforward image of a candle burning next to a folded baby blanket. "Some goodbyes are never spoken," was the description. Within minutes, followers showered the post with supportive and loving words. Although the truth behind the audio is still unknown, the impact of this story is undeniable. Fans feel betrayed, some feel protective of Erica, and others are disillusioned by it. Some interpret the photo as a silent tribute to the pregnancy she may have lost. Mendeecees and nearly everyone are in dire need of answers, but nobody appears willing to provide them at this time. The problem keeps getting worse as more alleged insiders come forward, stoking the flames. Some say there's more audio, more evidence, and even texts that demonstrate Mendeecees' aggressive efforts to have him fired. Others claim it's all part of a coordinated effort to damage his reputation. But in the midst of all the chaos, one thing sticks out: Erica's suffering, regardless of the veracity of the accusations. It's obvious she's been through something extremely traumatic. As this chapter comes to an end, it leaves a whirlpool of questions. What will happen next? Will there be more leaks? Will Mendeecees eventually confront the issue? Will Erica be able to move over her heartbreak? Will Yandy stand by her partner, or leave the mayhem permanently? The drama has only just started, and if history is any guide, the next turn of events is imminent. Fans are anticipating and getting ready for what seems to be one of the most intense and contentious stories the reality TV industry has ever witnessed. As the days went by and the audio kept spreading, the tempest only became stronger. The longer Mendeecees remained mute, the more people believed that the rumors were true. For many, speculation turned into reality, and a fresh round of responses from those with knowledge of the matter, including bloggers, influencers, and even former Love and Hip Hop cast members, began to pour in, each with their own interpretation of what might have transpired between Mendeecees and Erica. With each new voice, the story became slightly more twisted. One particularly explosive moment occurred when a well-known gossip blogger went live and claimed to have had a direct conversation with one of Erica's friends. The blogger described a supposed late-night phone call between Erica and Mendeecees, during which Erica allegedly begged he shut her down after she told him that she was selfish and that she was endangering his entire life by keeping the baby. She told him that she didn't care what people thought and that she was prepared to become a mother once more, with or without him, would never speak to her again. The comment section of that live stream was full of heartbroken fans and shocked emojis. Some fans didn't want to believe it, insisting there had to be more to the story. Others were incensed, accusing Mendeecees of being manipulative and putting his image before Erica's emotional and physical health. In contrast, Erica's silence was criticized for saying, "How can a man who claims to be about family turn around and push a woman into something so painful? I'm sick." both painful and compelling. She published pictures of herself in nature, traveling alone on woodland paths and beaches. Without directly addressing the audio, rumors, or the escalating commotion, in an attempt to understand her feelings and her hidden truth, thoughtful fans started reading into each post. In fact, one picture had her kneeling in a field of wildflowers, eyes closed, with the remark, "What grows after the storm is what matters most." It was enough to bring her fans to tears, but then something unexpected occurred. You think you can trap me? Really? You think I'm about to let all this fall apart because you made a mistake? I told you what to do, don't make me say it. The man's voice on the tape said in the brief but powerful message left by men. Once more, the leak spread like wildfire, and even though its veracity was questioned, the harm had already been done. People started to see Mendeecees in a different light. Not friends of Erica started coming forward anonymously, talking to bloggers, and even leaving clues on their own social media accounts. But as the reformed, grounded family man he showed on film, but as someone darker, colder, and more controlling, another posted a selfie of herself and Erica holding hands and said, "She's stronger than you'll ever know, and no, we won't be quiet." Wounds don't bleed, but they still break you. It was becoming more and more obvious that Erica wasn't alone. A group of women were standing by her side, willing to defend her and possibly even defend her. Meanwhile, there were whispers circulating regarding Mendeecees, and according to one insider, Menk was upset about the recordings being made public and thought someone close to him was attempting to damage his reputation. It appears that the leak had created tension within his staff, with several members feeling caught off guard by the outcry. He allegedly began to distance himself from some of his long-standing friends, even canceling a few scheduled appearances and interviews. The conflict apparently also affected his home life, but Mendeecees stated the situation is messy, emotional, and goes against everything she's worked so hard to create. She's hurt, confused, and publicly silent. Sources said she was struggling behind the scenes. One insider said she didn't sign up for this. Mendeecees is all about building her brand, empowering women, and staying classy, and she's not sure who to trust at the moment. Fans noticed that Mendeecees and Mendeecees hadn't been spotted together for weeks. Previously active with family videos and joint postings, their online relationship abruptly cooled off. Mendeecees ceased to add to the drama. Another former Love and Hip Hop cast member took to Instagram Live with the mysterious message. People always want to talk about loyalty. For many, liking his posts and him stopping to appear in hers was all the confirmation they needed that something had undoubtedly gone wrong behind closed doors. Although the person never gave their name, viewers quickly assumed it was a covert reference to Mendeecees and the unraveling chaos around him. However, they only mean it when it's convenient. You guys don't even know the half of what's really going on behind those filtered pictures. When Erica was seen in a California wellness retreat, photographers were able to get a few far-off pictures of her strolling around a garden while wearing flowing white and surrounded by other women. She appeared calm, if not entirely recovered, and many admirers took that as a sign that she was attempting to move on. But others were concerned about how she must be feeling. The betrayal, the emotional strain, the ongoing public scrutiny, and then the bombshell arrived. An anonymous user posing as a former Minx assistant wrote, Mendeecees allegedly panicked when he found out about the pregnancy and started planning strategies to persuade Erica to end it out of concern that it would damage his family's reputation and interfere with his business dealings, according to a thorough Reddit account that claimed he had been involved in a covert relationship with Erica while still publicly committed to Mendeecees. The level of detail sent readers chills, even though the account couldn't be verified. By this point, fans were split. Some were still demanding accountability, pleading with Erica to reveal everything. Others were concerned about her mental health, insisting that she owed no one her suffering. And many turned the quiet from Mendeecees' side was deafening. Media outlets started covering the topic cautiously, using terms like alleged leak reportedly, and Mendeecees urged him to speak up, to apologize if it was true, or to defend himself if it wasn't. Sources claimed that even TMZ and The Shade Room covered it, albeit neither publication went so far as to directly accuse anyone. Nevertheless, the headlines were sufficient to keep the fire going with each article, repost, and screenshot of Erica's heartfelt remarks. The tale became more dramatic. There was no turning back now. What had begun as whispers had evolved into a public reckoning, exposing Erica's suffering, and whether on purpose or not, her silence had taken on a life of its own, one that felt more potent. More than any uttered words, Mendeecees, who had previously been viewed as a man who had been redeemed, but now found himself in the center of an uncontrollable storm. Supporters pondered what would happen next. Would further leaks come to light? Would Yandy finally speak? Would Erica reveal her version of events? The internet anxiously anticipated the next turn in a story that seemed far from over. However, just when everyone believed that things had peaked, a shocking discovery sent shockwaves through the whole. Erica's cryptic Instagram stories sent fans into a frenzy late one night. The first story featured a close-up of her eyes, which appeared to be crying, with the caption, "Truth always finds the light. You said you'd be there and don't act like this wasn't real," was written in a partially blurred screenshot of a text thread on the following slide, which was even more intense. Although she did not identify the senders, followers quickly assumed that the messages were meant for Mendeecees. Screenshots of her story started to circulate on. Theories were flying in on Twitter as users were analyzing every pixel and punctuation mark. Some fans thought Erica was finally getting ready to speak out, while others thought she was alerting means that she had more receipts to drop hashtags like Erica. The pressure was now boiling over, according to behind-the-scenes sources close to Mendeecees, who said he was completely spiraling. One insider said he didn't anticipate this to blow up the way it did, believed that, like previous rumors, it would go away, but this time it's different. The text, the audio, the way Erica is handling it. He's losing control of the story, and he knows it. Reports began to circulate that Mendeecees had enlisted the aid of a crisis management team to help just for mental distress, but possibly for defamation or coercion based on the circumstances surrounding the leaked audio and messages. Bloggers and legal commentators weighed in, arguing whether or not the stolen tapes could be used as evidence and what potential consequences Mendeecees may face if Erica pursued legal action. The thought of a courtroom battle simply added fuel to the fire. And then there was Yandy. While she still hadn't spoken publicly, stories stated that she and Mendeecees were now living apart. One insider said they're not formally split, but things aren't good. She's concentrating on the kids and her personal rehabilitation. This circumstance took a toll on her. The public's perception continues to fracture. While many supported Erica, others wondered why she hadn't come forward sooner. Some questioned the timing of the leaks and the motives behind them. But even among the skeptics, there was a shared sense that something wasn't right, that at the very least a woman had been hurt, pressured,